Hey ladies, Devon Brown here with another No BS dating success tip, and as always, be sure to check out my website, howtogetamannow.com. So today, what I want to talk to you about is how the proper way to behave around a man. And if you see the title of this video, the title of this video is How to Get a Man, Act Like You're Married. Now, there's probably a lot of imagery going on in your head right now with regard to, what does he mean, act like you're married? Do you mean get a ring and put it on my finger? No, that's not at all what I'm saying. Let me explain to you what I mean by act like you're married. I go out dancing all the time. I dance hip-hop. I go dance and I'm sexy and I'm like lap dancing on everybody. And I like big circles of crowds around me, and I'm an entertainer. And very often, when I'm out at the club, I will have a beautiful woman approach me with a big smile on her face, high-fiving me, and instantly I'm attracted to her. She's being herself, she's being fun, and I'm telling you, this happens probably 15 to 20% of the time that I go out dancing, that I go out to the club. And of the 15 to 20% of the times that this happens, where I have an attractive woman come up to me, high-five me, act like she's interested, totally be herself, whether she's a little bit dorky or whatever, 100% of the time that this happens, the woman is always in a relationship. And it always bothered me. I would always say, oh great, this girl is interested in me. And then she would always come up with something like, oh, you know, it's too bad I'm married, because other than that, I would be totally into you. And then I'm like, you know what, woman? So, I'm not going to say what I said, because I was pissed because I was attracted to her. I was attracted to her because she was being herself, and then she wasn't scared to approach me, and then she was confident. I was attracted to all of those things, and wherever I thought she was physically, it just jacked it up a notch, and those were great qualities. And I was instantly attracted to those. And eventually it got to the point where I started asking these women, I said, why is it that I only seem to get approached or spoken to by women who are in relationships, especially if they're married? And nobody could give me an answer. And one day, one woman gave me this answer, and she said, Devon, it's because you can't reject me. I'm not actually hitting on you. I'm actually coming up to really be your friend. I think you're an attractive guy. I think you're a fun guy. But I'm just coming up, and I've really got nothing vested in this. If you reject me, no big deal, because I've still got my husband, and that's not what I'm approaching you for. And I said, oh, that makes sense. You see, if you're in a relationship, if you're a woman and you're in a relationship, and you see a guy who's attractive and fun, then you're a lot more likely to approach, or let me rephrase it, you're a lot less scared of approaching him, because you're not going there necessarily to get in his pants. You're going there because he's an attractive, fun guy, and, you know, somebody who's attractive and fun draws other people towards him, but you're not scared to approach him because you are already in a relationship. Here's my point. If you approach things with the same mentality that the married women do when they approach me, $100 says you're going to be surprised at the results you get. The reason that I was so attracted to all of these women who would come up and talk to me was because they were confident, because they were being themselves. They were high-fiving me. They were dancing with me. They're dancing with me on the dance floor. They're just having a good time, and they're really fun to be around. And the reason that they're so fun to be around is because they're not inhibited and worried about necessarily what I'm thinking, because they don't have a vested interest emotionally, if you will, in me rejecting them. So I understand that it can be scary. Nobody likes to be rejected, but I'm telling you, this phenomenon, I wouldn't call it a phenomenon, but in actuality, it amazes me all the time, the number of women who come up to me and they're really cool, down to earth, seem like they're not about playing games, and almost always, without exception, they are in a committed relationship. And that is the mentality that you need to have. Don't go up to a guy and be like, really awesome, and then be like, oh, but I have a boyfriend or I have a husband, when you really don't. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you have to approach it the same way that these women approach it. Does that make sense, sir?
Complete.
Okay. So I want you to come at it from that perspective. Act like you're married. In other words, don't be scared. Just be yourself. Have fun, and that's what's really going to attract people. Don't go in and try to over-impress somebody. Just be you, do you, and the right guy, when you're being you and you're doing you, the right guy will find that extremely attractive, and he won't be able to resist you. So, on that note, I think that's about it. Be sure to check out my website, howtogetamannow.com. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.